Change. Unfamiliar to the mind, it registers as a threat. Change leads to a better or worse. Disregard change and you will be left in the old. Approach challenges half-heartedly and you suffer the full might of life. However, change is an exception. It requires progressive movements. Is change always necessary? As tiny as it can be, all changes that lead to growth are necessary. Now, what is growth? Growth is development and progression that leads to higher complexity in all matter. Growth is change. However, change does not always lead to growth. According to the law of entropy, systems naturally progress towards a state of greater disorder, leading to a gradual decline. Imagine a perfectly organized room. Left untouched, dust gathers, objects wear, and order inevitably gives way to messiness. A well-developed fruit left on the table as time passes, it deteriorates. Elements undergo decay naturally and unnaturally. The entropy in systems does not decrease with time, meaning systems tend to move towards a state of greater randomness and disorder. Growth then becomes the act of defying the natural tendency towards disorder through change and adaptation. Growth in this context isn't just about physical size. It's about increasing our capacity to deal with change. It is a procedure that determines the degree of traits and character. The pace of change varies. Our ability to adapt depends on the speed of change. Change can be internal or external. Internal change is of the body and mind. External change is that of the environment and your surroundings. Both can be forced on you and also initiated by your actions. Uncertainty of change. Change leads to better or worse. Its structure is not always simple. If the changes you make have a negative outcome, you receive something in return. Experience. Failure is the only teacher who provides lessons when not asked to. It teaches you through unexpected outcomes. Time may pass as you despair, as you are not where you're meant to be. However, it is fruitless to dream of the past. The present is the youngest you're going to be. Many avoid change because of its uncertain and ambiguous nature. Change disrupts comfort and familiarity. It becomes a fear to some, a gamble not worth taking. It's preferable to be left in the old. A wise one once said, "Those who fear suffering are currently suffering from what they fear." To counter against any change means to adapt, reform, and be reflexive. This will allow you to convert negative to positive, resulting from a shift in perspective and perception. Change is absolute. Change is the only constant in the universe, with entropy ensuring that nothing remains static. Change is necessary for innovation, improvement, and progress in various fields, such as science, technology, and social structures. As systems evolve and adapt to changing conditions, they reorganize and increase in complexity, leading to growth. Change, regardless of its nature, negative or positive, always leads to discovery and experience. There is no limit to change. If ever the changes we make lead to chaos, we can make changes to the changes we made until the predicaments work in our favor. Making uninformed change is mostly going to lead to chaos as we become more acquainted. We move to informed changes, which the outcome is known. Change operates as a cycle regardless of how the outcomes of the changes you make end. As you get more informed, you can grow in the changes you make. This channel is undergoing changes of its own. Development, which has experience and testing as its base. Consider subscribing and liking.